Welcome to another exciting episode of the V100 Show. Today kicks off the first of two special episodes dedicated to Hackathon 2024. So I am joined by my co-host Jonah today, one of the co-founders of the Veeam Community Hackathon, for the ones that don't know, but I'm sure many of you already are familiar with Jonah by now. And we are happy to be here with Hackathon 2024 winning team. And of course, we will talk all about the winning project today. And I know Jonah has some exciting news for us all. Did I hear Hackathon 2025, Jonah?
I think you did.
Okay, so make sure you are staying with us until the end to find all the good stuff. But first, let's meet the team. Joining us today are Ian, Chalid, and Lukas. And Ian, if you all remember, if you watched last year, special episodes, Hackathon 2023 special episodes, you might remember that Ian was one of our guests and he participated in Hackathon 2023. And yeah, if you remember, he said, I'm going to participate again in Hackathon 2024 for the win. And guess what? He actually won. So welcome, Ian. And why don't you just tell us a few things about you and what is your role in the community?
Thanks, Maddie. Yeah, I did say I was going to win it. It's not just me. It was thanks to the great team that I had supporting me. We came up with a great idea, and we built something very cool, which we'll show you today. My participation is part of Veeam's internal MVP. So I'm recognized internally and part of the community from a Veeam perspective, helping everyone from our partner channel network, from customers, from a tech and evangelist standpoint. So it was great, me as Veeam partnering up with the likes of my team from a channel and from customer perspective, getting all different aspects to build this project.
Thank you, Ian. And yes, I agree. You had an amazing team, and we have two of the participants, Lukas and Chalid, with us. Marcus is not. I guess he's on vacation or something. But hello, Marcus, if you watch us. Lukas, would you like to be the next one introducing himself?
Yes, thank you very much, Maddie. My name is Lukas. I'm from Germany, and I'm both a Veeam Vanguard since 2025, and I'm leading the Veeam user group's cybersecurity space. And together with Chalid and Marcus, he's on vacation actually. We participated together, we subscribed together. So the idea was to be part of a team. We met each other in, I think it was last year's Veeam. So Chalid, Marcus, and we participated together in the team with Ian, and we were really lucky to have won because I think the other teams were amazing as well. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And Chalid?
Yeah, hi. My name is Chalid Mohamed. I'm also from Germany. I'm just a normal Veeam community member, no specialties. And as Lukas said, we met last year at Veeam in Fort Lauderdale, and since then we became friends, and we had the idea to participate and have some time together and some fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, and it's great to have you. And there's no such thing as just a normal member. Every member of our Veeam community is special. So yeah, thank you for participating, and looking forward to see more of you anyway in the community because you are pretty active now. So let's see. But yeah, thank you all for giving us some personal information about yourself. It's great. And now I think we are actually ready to go into discussing more technical stuff around your project. But before that, I want to actually ask our audience if they ever participated in a hackathon. So let us know in the comments if so, and what was your experience with it? And if not, would you want to participate maybe in the hackathon, Veeam Community Hackathon 2025? Let's see, let us know in the comments. So, okay, Jonah, now I know you have some interesting questions related to the project for our guest today. So what do you think about jumping in?
Sounds good to me, Maddie. Chalid, I'll kick it back to you to start things off. What inspired you to participate in the hackathon, and what were your goals going in?
Actually, as Lukas mentioned, like we just had so much fun last year together at V1, so we decided that it would be cool if we can like keep on the friendship and everything, and just start a project together. And we thought, well, hackathon might be a nice thing, and we're all like Veeam enthusiasts, so why not doing it that there? So yeah, I actually never thought we were winning, but we had a great idea, and then like going through the process, we really got every day we got more confident that we might actually win the thing. Yeah, and then finally we did.
All right, well, speaking of your guys' project, what did you guys choose to address with your project, and why specifically did you choose it? Ian, I think we're over to you for that one.
Yeah. Thank you. You know, what we thought about was, okay, let's create a app on a phone for Veeam. And we thought, okay, in order to do that, we have to expose some kind of information out of Veeam. And when we looked at the different components like Veeam Backup Replication, Veeam One, Enterprise Manager, we didn't want to make them available to the internet. So the only obvious choice then was looking at Veeam Service Provider Console and using those API endpoints, because that's public facing. So as we started developing that, more and more use cases came through, and we realized, okay, well, this is really cool because you have customers that are using service providers to store their data and protect their data. And what a great way to give them insights about their data from service providers by providing them an app in their pocket. So giving them metrics about their ongoing backups, any alerts on their backups, by pulling event data out of Service Provider Console and sending it straight to an app on their phone. So Service Provider Console, you could log in via the internet, right, off your laptop via browser, but translating that to an application or an app that's on a phone, it just made so much more sense. And the more we worked on it, the more features came through. It was, yeah, I mean, and that's effectively what we addressed, was visibility into your backups and making it more real time by putting it in your pocket. I think we coined a phrase, Lukas. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, exactly. I think you already mentioned it. So it was getting data inside the pocket. That was the phrase.
Yeah, and I see a question right there. How did you end up meeting at Veeam? But I do know that you guys have a video, and you talked all about that. So I'm not going to ask you right now, but Martin, be sure that the guys are going to share the link after this show, so you hear everything about how they meet up at Veeam, right? Okay, so I think you can carry on with the questions, Jonah. I think you had some more good stuff to come.
Lukas, this one is for you. What challenges did you guys encounter during the hackathon, and how did you overcome them?
Yes, there were a few challenges actually. So first of all, we had different time zones as far as I remember, and we had to schedule meetings in the evenings because every one of us had a lot of things to do. We did this outside the working hours primarily, so we had to find time slots where everyone is available. A team of 5 can be quite challenging. We had to put some speed on because we had a very tight schedule. The schedule was only a few weeks and only a few evenings that everyone was available at. So we had to find time to do things. And we have to say that not every one of us is very deeply into coding. So I think Ian is the most professional coder of the whole team. So we weren't able to address all the challenges we had with the code from every perspective. So Ian was the one who took the lead of the code, and we quickly had to decide who was doing which task. We had to find the tasks, identify them, and then assign the tasks to the team members within a tight schedule. And it was quite challenging. And at the very end, we recorded a video, which was the presentation for the judges as well. I think we had a time limit of 10 minutes, and we slightly overshot it by 10 minutes. So we had to manage to get the video as short as possible, because I think the VCSP stack, there is a lot of content you can talk about, and we just visualized that. So we really have to cut down the video to present it to the judges.
Mm-hmm. I do have a follow-up question in here. I don't know, any of you could probably take that, but why do you think this project was a winner?
I think it's because it was something that hasn't been done before. There was no app for Veeam before. And
yeah.
I think the VCSP, yeah. So the VCSP provides a lot of information. So the VCSP is something that's very common in the service provider business, talking globally. So I think no one ever thought about implementing visibility with an app. So that could be one reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I mean, pretty genius idea. I would love to see it implemented, and hopefully somebody from our product management is watching right now. But yeah, should we carry on then with the questions, Jonah? More questions, or where are we with the technical stuff now?
I think we're going to go into a demo here in a second, but it is interesting that you bring up what you just said, Madalena, because I actually do a lot of product work at a Veeam service provider. And one discussion we had, in fact, only a few weeks ago, was trying to enhance our customer experience in our customer portal and utilize Service Provider Console more. And part of what was discussed in some of the stakeholder meetings and vision planning for it was researching what other competitors are doing with their portals, but equally so what already exists out there. And one of the links that was shared was actually this project, believe it or not.
Wow, that's amazing.
Call us.
Okay, that's really great to hear. I like what I hear in here, but I am very curious to actually, demo time. I'm very curious. I know Ian is getting that ready for us, so Ian, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so we built a very simple app, and we built it on a framework called Expo Go, which allowed us to effectively ship it to both Android and iOS at the same time without using a marketplace. So we were able to test on a live device by just installing Expo Go app on the phone and then running the application with inside Expo Go, almost like a container application on each phone. It was great because we could then test the functionality across both iOS and Android, right? So when logging in here at this point, we are then using the customer account for Service Provider Console. So the top is the URL to Service Provider Console. So when you're onboarding a customer into your Service Provider Console, you would give them, okay, this is the URL to our cloud dashboard, which is Service Provider Console. This is your username and password. And it's the same thing you'd use for Cloud Connect or anything like that. You're using the same credentials to effectively log into the app. So you're authenticating with Service Provider Console to get into the app itself. Once you get past the login screen, then it will abstract all the data and metrics that you need. There was a service provider mode button that we had, but this was conceptual in the beginning. We were trying to decide, is there a use case for a service provider to have a mobile app? But we saw more value in the customer having access to their data from Service Provider Console on their phone, rather than a service provider managing their data from or managing all their customers from a phone. They have Service Provider Console through their browser. They can configure everything there. So this was purely based for customer. We did we did write that page, so it is in GitHub. So it's just not connected, but it can be connected in. And then finally, there is a small URL at the bottom, which is find Veeam's cloud service provider, which basically, if a customer or someone new to Veeam, or is a Veeam customer looking for a service provider, wanted to use the app, they could then click that button, find a service provider, and then sign up and get details. But once you've logged in, then all the metrics pull through. So this is specific to that customer. So this customer is logged in. They're seeing their backup performance over the last 7 days, failed, warning, success. They're seeing SLA status of all their backups sort of sitting on the cloud provider. They're seeing the job status for the last 24 hours. They've got a cloud repository status. So everyone knows in Cloud Connect, you get a certain amount of storage from a service provider. So here they can manage and monitor how much free space, when they're going to run out on the fly. And this will always be refreshed. So it's pulling APIs directly from CyberFortress Console and updating the app live. So the customers effectively got live data. This was all built on React, so anyone that knows code can kind of get an idea of the template we used here, but completely customizable. It's in the GitHub repo, so it's all open. Anyone that would want to take the app and take it further can simply go read the code, change what they need on the app itself. We did use a certain metric for backup performance for the last 7 days. So it would calculate based on how many backups happened during the day. And we had this formula behind that. You can see that in the code. You can also change that as you see fit. You can see the SLA status is at 100%. So current compliance. This is where the algorithm comes in. So based on what's been backed up for the day, this specific day, were there any failed? So a warning wouldn't mean it's a fail. It's just a simple warning means backup actually went through. So SLA status is still 100%. If we had red failed, then obviously you would have a different SLA status there. Yeah. Let's get it going ahead.
Yep. Give me just a moment here. The scroll bar is not necessarily cooperating.
Yeah, sorry.
Here you go.
Yeah. The next tab. So there's multiple tabs within inside the app, and on the next tab we had a threat dashboard. So everyone knows about the metrics that comes from VBR, can be fed into Service Provider Console. We can click on that threat dashboard and you can look at the active alarms. We can see each alarm. You can press on it. It's interactive. So you can see SNMP detected a threat. Previous screen was seeing the details of that threat, actually getting information about the workload itself. You get an overall view of the active alarms of the entire environment. That's failures. That's also potential malware, right? So we thought this was powerful because we hadn't coded in yet. We didn't have enough time. It was a very quick hackathon, but we could create push notifications off of detected threats. So you're running backups and shipping that into Service Provider Console. If malware was detected on a server late at night or whatever time during backup hours, it could refresh through the app. App could send a push notification to engineer's phone saying malware detected on a server that's been backed up. We just thought that was great. From a real-time protection standpoint, we thought this was one of the key features. As we were building things, we were unlocking things. So we had a base idea of what we wanted to achieve, but as we started integrating more in APIs and visualizing the data and actually seeing it go further and further, we unlocked even more functionality within inside the app itself. I think the last section, just waiting for it to get there, the last section was around cloud billing. Yeah, so
There you go.
This was a functionality that we wanted to add in key to customer, right? So you've got the visuals of here's your data sitting at the service provider, latest stats, you've got your threat visualized. And then we wanted the customers to be able to see their billing information from a service provider, which would be unique to the service provider. Inside of Service Provider Console, the service provider could create subscriptions and different pricing plans. We were pulling that information via API, visualizing that in the app. So if they were subscribed through the service provider for Office 365 backup, for cloud storage, for replication, so on, at different rates, we visualize that through the billing dashboard. So on the fly, customer could see where they're sitting on their bill, on their usage. We had different tenants for this to test. So this specific tenant I logged in with just had basic backup, doesn't have 365 backup. We had a separate tenant that we created for that, but it did show data. Obviously, we did that through the testing. But overall, end to end, this is effectively what we wanted to achieve, is visualizing backup performance, backup statistics based on a customer's workload sitting at a service provider in their pocket, trying to enable some kind of security, real-time alerting on malware and security threats that we could pick up with Veeam, and try and notify a customer in their pocket, and then finally helping customers manage their cost with a service provider and understand where they're sitting on their billing, where they're sitting on their usage, how much is left, do they need to upgrade, so on and so on. So we tried to put as much of the functionality of Service Provider Console into the app. This is as far as we got during the hackathon. Obviously, the hackathon was a certain amount of time that we could achieve this. So this is effectively what we put in. There was some other additional functionality like MFA. We want to integrate push notifications. These were features we didn't get to because we ran out of time at that point. I can't remember Jonah, what the time frame was. I think it's 48 hours. Or was it 70? Was it 72?
Might have been 72 this year.
Yeah. But last year was 48, right?
Yeah, it seems like we make it a little longer every year.
Yeah. So
wink, wink, hint, hint.
You might get more features on whatever's developed this year because there's additional day.
Yeah.
But that's the gist of the demo. I hope that explains and outlines that well.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
it was great. Thank you.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Jonah. Very insightful discussion in here. Really good demo. I'm sure everyone appreciated, and I can see why this project was a winner. Great job in there, and I really hope this is going to be useful for some of our customers. And I also wanted to ask our audience what do they think about this project. So just let your comments in the chat for us. And one thing that I am sure of is that this project will, or I hope at least, that this project will inspire our future hackathon participants. And talking about the future hackathons, I know I mentioned it in the introduction, 2025 hackathon, but I want to ask Jonah, because I know he has some info. I can already see the slide. He has some info for this year hackathon. So the dates, and I know you already talked about the timeline. I think it's great that you kind of made it longer because I could hear the pain in Ian's voice while going through the demo. So I agree. I think it's actually a great decision that you decided to make it a bit longer. That's definitely gonna give time to our participants to get much better complex projects. So looking forward to that. But tell us more about it, Jonah.
Thanks, Maddie. So yeah, like Ian and I were discussing, so I've got the other co-founder in the LinkedIn chat fact-checking us. So our inaugural year, we gave everyone 24 hours to create their project, and that included all planning, getting to meet your fellow teammates, implementing, and recording the presentation for the judges. Last year, we broke that out a little bit. We gave 3 days for what we call the implementation period. We added a bit of a brainstorming period, and we gave, I think, roughly 24 hours or maybe over a weekend to finalize presentations to submit to judges. So once again, the resounding feedback was, hey, we want a longer hackathon. So it's longer. It's coming in December, and this year it will be a 5-day implementation period, if I'm counting correctly. It's early here. And I think we'll have some extra time for brainstorming too, in part because another big change we're seeing coming this year is previously we'd have certain people in the community, like V100 members, apply to be leaders of the teams, and we decided this year to shake things up a little bit, and the teams are actually going to elect their own team leaders this year. during their team introductions.
Yes, and we are going to actually share the link if people want to participate in this year hackathon. We are going to share the link. You have the QR code in here, so sign-ups open now until November 17th, so make sure you going to register. Anyway, we're going to put the link as well in the comments, so you get the resources everywhere. And anything else that you would like to cover about this year hackathon, Jonah?
I think I have about covered it, but I think we have a few minutes. I saw an interesting question come in, and that was, for the team members, what advice would you give to a first timer participating in this hackathon?
Okay, that's an interesting one. So I think maybe we can just go to Ian and have his advice, and then we can ask Lukas and Chalid as well.
Sure. And actually, there was almost a similar question last year. Everyone, I think, was something to around, do you have to be a coder in order to join the hackathon? You don't. Anyone can participate. You can see our team was made up of different individuals. We had a little spreadsheet that we're tracking features. We had someone tracking everyone's time, saying, okay, assigning tasks and doing this. Don't overcomplicate it, would be my advice. You don't have to have a 100% finished idea when you jump into it. Like I spoke about, as you're going through the hackathon, things will come to you, things will change. You'll develop new features, new functionality. In the beginning, we were doubtful. By hour 71, we were pretty motivated that we were going to win, right? So it changes as you go through it. And yeah.
And one more question for you, Ian. Now that you kind of won the competition, are you still gonna participate in this year?
I want to, but I do want to allow everyone else a chance to win, right?
Good one. I like it. Lukas, any thoughts on any advices? Let's go first to that one.
Yeah, the advice is, I think you should kind of lock in to have some time slots available, because one of the biggest challenges during the end of last year's hackathon was to find the time to get all the people on the table, to record the things, to get all the information together. So if you have the possibility, just block your time in your calendars for the hackathon. And as Ian said, I don't really have something to add on that. Things will come. Don't be afraid. You don't have to be a coder. You don't have to have a specific skill, because everyone will find a place in the hackathon and everyone will have fun participating, as long as you are kind of open-minded to the team. You get to know new people, which is great, and it has nothing to do with technology at all. So everyone will have the chance to have fun during the hackathon.
Yeah, absolutely. And are you going to participate in this year, Lukas?
I'm really looking forward to. I think the same question will be asked to Chalid, and I think we have to. We just talked about that last year, and we won last year. We got the message that we won the hackathon. I think it was pretty clear that we have to attend again, and it will be an awesome time.
I like that answer, Lukas. Okay, Chalid, any advice on your side?
Yeah, just don't be afraid. Go with it, have fun, and just don't overthink it, as Ian said. I think Lukas, Marcus, and I, we are like the living example that you don't have to be a coder to win the hackathon.
That's true.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
Yeah, just have fun. Yeah.
Maybe just as an addition, you can, I think Marcus provided some service provider data. So it's not only about coding, it's also providing the infrastructure, because we needed more than one data source. So everyone has, I think everyone participating has a kind of home lab or any lab environment. So we just put up the environments, generated some data for Ian to test. So everyone will have the chance to find something to do, definitely.
Yeah. And if you don't have a home lab, we may have something in the works this year.
Yeah. To add to what Lukas said, Like at one point, I needed specific endpoints for the coding to call the information from Service Provider Console. And I can't remember who it was, but someone took that task on. It was actually going through Veeam documentation, finding and saying, hey, Ian, use this endpoint, use this endpoint. And then I was just writing and integrating the API. So anyone can do it, right? I think it speaks to that.
Absolutely. As a co-founder of the Veeam Community Hackathon, Jonah, what would be your advice?
Well, I think Marie said it perfectly in chat. Just do it. There's no failing in trying, and it really is a lot of fun. And we treat the hackathon kind of like the teams treat their projects. We have a limited scope, we have a limited time frame, albeit not quite as limited, but there is a lot to accomplish. So every year we try and build on the last and iterate. Introduce more things, shake things up. We've discussed so many things that are still on the drawing board in the future. So I hope people can join us and continue to see this evolve with us year over year.
Absolutely. And I think it's a great way to interact with other people and to network as well, and, to become part of the community, right? I remember before Hackathon 2024, we didn't even know Lukas. We didn't know Chalid either. And, since then we kind of got in touch, and then he found out more about community activities and he got more involved and so on and so forth. So I think this is a great opportunity for everyone to start as well. So that being said, I think this was a very fun episode. I really enjoyed to do this with you. And talking about fun episodes and the Veeam 100 shows, there is a great playlist with a lot of passion project from our Veeam 100 members. And it's on the YouTube Veeam official page. Felicia is going to help us and is going to share the link for you with all those amazing shows. And we also going to have another episode in September 4th. So mark your calendars for the other project that came out of the Hackathon 2024. For now, we don't have a link, but it's going to come out soon. So just keep an eye on the Veeam LinkedIn, and it's going to be posted in there. Thank you for that, social media team, Felicia. And I just want to ask you as well, any final thoughts from you guys, just before we are wrapping this up? Jonah?
I think I'm excited to see what you guys bring this year, whether we see you guys on the same team again or even competing against each other this year.
Oh, that would be interesting. I like that.
So I'm really looking forward to the VCSP mobile at 2.0. And no, I didn't say that, but I'm really looking forward to participate again and to get the chance to see what other teams do, because it's not only about the own project, it's about the community, and it's about getting visibility of the technology. And I think that's a really great way to do this.
Absolutely. Ian?
Yeah, I would suggest anyone that has the time, take a stab at it. Join the hackathon. You don't have to win. If you win, it's great. Also, we can share the link to our project. So if you want to do something with our project, it's open. There's also a video on YouTube. You can watch the full demo around it. But hope to see everyone that's watching there participating. It will be fun.
Yep.
And if you join, you get some neat swag like
Absolutely.
T-shirts you see some people wearing.
Yes, absolutely. And Chalid, any final thoughts from you just before we wrap up?
I think like the hackathon was a really cool adventure for us, and I'm looking forward to participate this year again and maybe win a second time. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to thank you, all of you. Thank you, Jonah, Lukas, Ian, Chalid, for being with me today. And really thank you, everyone, for watching us today. I hope you enjoyed as much as we did. I hope you learned something new today, and hopefully this project is going to help you, maybe at your job or just, on the side, having fun with it. And I do hope We're going to see you all participating in Hackathon 2025. Again, we share the link in there. The registration page is open for you today. It's on the screen. You can scan that QR code and register today. And yeah, make sure to also check the V100 Show playlist. A lot of great other projects, as I mentioned, to learn more about our awesome community members project. And other than that, I hope to see you in the next episode. Have all a great evening.